Hi guys, so in this video we are doing a redo of gel and builder. So I'm just start out by pushing these gels back, just the cuticles back, not the gel, the cuticle. So you can see she's not got a lot of growth. Her nails don't grow that fast. And we do every 3 weeks. So on her nails at the minute, we've got builder, we've got a gel, and then we've got encapsulated loose glitters. Obviously, all glitter bells. So, yep, we're just carrying on, pushing that cuticle back. It does look a bit, what do you call, what's the word? A bit aggressive that I'm pushing it back, but it's not. It's just because the video is sped up. So we are just pushing that back. Now we're going in with a 3-in-1 bit just to get the top coat, and then we're going to get through to the clear builder. Just having a sip of my coffee. Well, yeah, so I have got this on a speed of probably 16, I think. So I filmed this about, 6 weeks ago, 6 to 12 weeks ago, I think. So yeah, we're going on about a 16, softly, the same as I teach. You go around the arch of the nail, which is around the cuticle area, and then pull down. And this is what we call peeling. So I'm going around the cuticle, then I'm peeling down. I'm trying to use the full bit while I'm doing it. Sorry, I could not get my words out there. It's been a while since I've done a voiceover. So we're just there we go, we're doing it again. You can see I'm using the full bit. So I'm using the tip to go around the cuticle, down one side of the tip, down the middle, the centre, and down the other side, the back of the bit. This way we get full use out of the bit, and it wears down evenly. So we get our money's worth, guys. Got to get that money's worth. So you can see I'm not doing too much to the builder because it's thin. It's got a little bit of thickness, but not too much. So I don't need to really do anything with that. So we're getting rid of the gel, and then I'm actually thinning out that bit around the cuticle area, ready to go back in and fill that in with clear. So I'm going to carry on doing that through the rest of the nails. And I'm going to see if I can edit some music in. Let's give this a go, and I'll be back when we go on to our next step. I'm back. So we have done, got rid of all the gel and the glitter and thinned out the cuticle section of the builder, ready to go back in. So now I'm going back in and doing the cuticles, which is mega important. We want that natural nail super clean, ready for new gel application. So I'm using a diamond bit, and this is a tapered barrel. This is my favourite type of bit. So I get my cuticle bits off eBay or Amazon, just because diamond bits are the first, sort of like the first style bits to wear down, so they wear down the quickest. So I just don't like spending a lot of money on it when, to be honest, they are just as good as expensive bits. So that's what I use. I start out in the centre and go out to the left on all the nails, then I go back and go centre to the right. Remember, when you're using cuticle bits, when you're using any bits on the natural nail, you should always let the e-file do the work. You don't want to be putting hardly any pressure on. Just connect it and let it do its thing. So when I go from middle to the right, when we start over, I put the e-file on reverse. So it gets rid of that and gets rid of all the nail dust and the cuticle on the nail, pushes it outwards. This step's really important. We don't want anything on the natural nail in the way of when we're going to apply our builder and our gel. If there's any cuticle on the natural nail or bits, the gel won't go on smoothly and you'll end up with a messy application. Sorry if you can hear some banging. We're having a carpet put in at the moment. So I'm going in with my cuticle nippers, nipping off that dead skin. We don't want to nip any live skin off. So remember, dead skin is like, it looks dry and more white, and your living cuticle is more translucent. So you can see I'm just nipping off the little dead bits. We don't want to nip anything else off. So I'm going to go through the nails like I did before, get all those bits off, because again, if there's any snaggly cuticles hanging down, that's going to get in the way. You're going to get oil on them, which we do not want. So I shall be back in a moment. So we're done with cuticles. Sorry that I've gone out a shot. How annoying. It is so hard to keep an eye on the camera when you're filming. Make sure you're in shot and not go over time. There we go. So I'm going in with my sanding band, which is the mandrel bit with a sanding band popped on. I do the same technique as I did with the cuticles, so start in the centre and work out to the left. Do that on all 10 nails, and then I go back in, sometimes right to left, from the middle to right, not always. I keep this on a speed of 8, and I don't think I told you the cuticle speed before. I'm sorry. So cuticle speed, when I'm using my diamond bit, that's usually on a 10, and then my sanding band, I only ever go to an 8. I don't go higher, as I just find it can feel quite heavy on the nail. So I do that. That gets rid of any extra cuticle left on the nail that we missed. Also etches the natural nail really nicely, which is going to give us a really good application. So now I'm taking my 180 file, just neatening up the shapes, taking the sidewalls in, filing off any bits that I've missed, any lifting that there is that I've missed, which there usually isn't, but you never know. So we just like to keep it all nice and neat, thinning out that tip if I need to, if it's a bit bulky with the gel growing out. And I'm going to go do that on all the rest of the fingers. we've finished all the filing, all the dust, I've just popped my dust extractor underneath my little armrests. These are both off Amazon, they're both great. So I'm going in with my little scrubby brush, a little bit of acetone on, just helps me get rid of any dust that's under there, right out of the cuticle as well. Don't want any sneaky. I'm going in with my dehydrator, making sure to not touch the skin and just over the natural nail. You don't want to put this over the gel, as I said, or touch the skin. If you see me pulling it onto the rest of the nail, that's just where we've got some natural nail coming through. Your dehydrator is going to take your nail back to a natural pH level and make sure there's no oil on there. Now I'm going in with my acid-free primer. Again, don't touch the skin. We don't need it on any of the gel because it's just wasting it. And that is going to finish prepping the nail. So your primer is basically a double-sided sticky tape and helps with mega adhesion, which we want. We want them nails to last. Now I'm going in with my base coat, which obviously is glitter bells. All my products are glitter bells. So we're going in again, super important not to touch the skin. We don't want any skin touched. Putting it straight over the entire nail and over that old gel. So with our builder gels, for a brush on builder, you need to do base coat first. They don't have base coat included in the product, so you need to go in with a base coat first, or you may have problems with lifting and adhesion. So we're going in, putting that on. You don't need a thick, nice thin layer. Sorry if you can hear people talking, so rude. I'm going to close the door. Okay. So now we are going, after I've cured that, which is 60 seconds, we are going in with our clear brush on builder. So you're getting right up to the cuticle again, remembering not to touch the skin. We don't want any skin being touched. We don't want to get any allergies or anything like that. We're applying it nice and thin. We don't want it running down anywhere. We've got a tiny bit of a corner, I think, on that one. It's just very rude. So we're just going to extend. I've put on one of the plastic glitter bells forms and just building that gel out. So they go into the lamp for 30 seconds. And I'm going to do the same on the other hand. Nice thin layer of the builder gel. Remember, we don't want it thick or it's going to end up running down the side of the nail, which we definitely don't want. If you are wanting to know how to build up an apex with the builder gel, especially if you've got a client with longer nails than this, I do have a video on here about how to build that up. I'm also on my IGTV on my Instagram, which is Vamp Nail Designs. So there, I've just taken the foam off and just clipped the excess. And then we're going back in with another layer just to make sure we've built that up and there's enough strength. And the thumb as well. So we just did one layer of the builder. We don't need too much because these are more of a short nail and they've already got built up from previous sets. So we just infilled and now I've just wiped over to get rid of that inhibition layer with a little bit of acetone. So your inhibition layer is this sticky layer, that is the tacky layer that's left after each gel application. I wipe this off as the inhibition layer on builder gels is a little bit more tacky than on your standard gels, so I like to get that off, especially if I want to double check the nails and need to file them at all, which I will sometimes, depending how much builder I've put on. So we're just having a chat, deciding what she wants. Trying to figure out if she wants to go yellow or green or blue. So my lovely client here usually sticks to more natural tones, so your nudes and things, baby pinks. But she has started getting out of her comfort zone, which is amazing, which I love. So if you've got any clients out there, what I tend to do with the ones that are a bit scared of nail art, because, you know, sometimes you do say nail art and they're like, oh my god, no. I like to keep it to their normal tones, what they have, and then do them just one nail of nail art. And then eventually we go to full nail because they just get addicted. So I just filed the one that we extended, make sure it's nice and neat. Double check them all, make sure they're all looking good and they're even, we ain't got no bumps or anything. And now we are just deciding on a design. So I think we're going to go for a jungly, coolie like theme with some like animal print and some sort of blooming gel design. In a moment when we decide on colours. Ooh. So, oh yeah, I tend to forget about this bit when I'm doing clients, get rid of them underneath bits that'll just hang out and destroy our work. There we go. So I've just got her to go and get some hand cream. She's going to rub that in and then we're going to wipe over again. There we go. Make sure we get rid of all the hand cream off the nails and right off the tips so we don't have any pullback from the polish. So I think the colour that we're going in with is Mint Choc Chip, which is quite new to my collection. I don't know how I didn't have it. I thought I did, but I obviously didn't order it. So we're going in with that. We are going to do a mixture. So we're going to do a couple of designs on these. So I'm going to let that whiz forward. So you can see I'm going in with a second coat. I mean, come on, look how stunning that is. Mint Choc Chip, beautiful. And I can't decide whether it's green or blue. I think it's in between. Make sure we cap that free edge so we don't get any pullback. We're going to whiz through and do a second coat on all of these. Right, so you can see that I'm going in with a third layer. I like to do 3 to 4 coats of my gel polish till I get to the how opaque I want them. So Glitterballs gel polish is a little bit thinner than some other brands, but there's nothing wrong with that. I like the thinness of the polish. It means that I know that each layer is fully cured because of how thin you work. On the final coat, what I do is I glide over that. So I change the angle of my brush and make sure I'm gliding over and not pulling the product down with the tip of my brush. I'm using the belly of the brush just to make sure it's evenly dispersed over the full nail. And that way you won't get any pull marks near the cuticle. So I'm going to go in with the second one on my second hand. And then I'm sure I only do 3 coats. We shall see in a moment. So we're going with our next gel polish, which is, I think it's Hollow Heaven. So I'm doing the full nail on the pinky and then half a nail on the middle. Not the pinky, the ring finger, and half a nail on the middle. Remember when you're using your gel polishes to give them a good stir. So I don't like to shake mine because I don't want to get loads of air bubbles in. So I loosen the top of the bottle and roll, like spin the brush round. That just makes sure that just makes sure the pigment is fully and evenly dispersed through the whole of the gel. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to do a second layer just to really make sure it pops. Oh, rude. And again, just like wiggle it about, but I'm not doing that on this one. This one is Shattered Silver, I think it is. I'm sure it is. Yeah, it was Shattered Silver. And they do Shattered Gold as well. Both beautiful. And do that on both hands, layers. So remember, you still need to full cure. So full 60 seconds for all the gels. And I'm just going to do that. It's so pretty. Layering glitter is the one. So what's next? Because even I've forgotten. It's been a while. So I've got my towel out. Getting all my stuffs ready. So now I'm just figuring out what I'm going to do. What am I going to do? Right, so I'm getting my gel paint out. A nice black gel paint. Getting my brush ready, which is obviously the Glitterballs glitter brushes because they're amazing. So I will most definitely be using the liner brush. So it's the liner brush out of the 5 or 6 pack, I think it is. Not the one with the 3 different liner brushes. It's the pinky purpley glitter ones. So I'm building my brush up. You don't just want to get the tip of your brush in the paint. You want to get some paint on a little palette. Mine's just a what do you call it? A tea thingy, what you put your tea and coffee on. From Asda. Bargain. I'm using the back of it because I've ruined the front of it. So when you are using your gel polish, you need to make sure all your bristles are covered in gel polish. So get your gel polish on a palette, roll your brush through it, and it'll make sure all of them are coated. That way it's just a lot easier and your paint will glide on from the brush. So now I'm doing some little like leopard printy just on that bit of the nail, just to add some what am I doing? Just to add some textures. I'm going to do similar onto the little nail, but in a different place. What am I deciding? I think I'm deciding I want to do something different. Same design, but yes. So we're going to do the same on this hand. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I am making a jelly colour. So I've got some top coat, I've put a tiny bit of green in. I'm trying to remember which green it is. It could be Green Queen, but I've got a feeling it's one of the others, so I will put it in the description. What I've just done is I've mixed that in with my top coat, giving it a good stir, making sure it gets gets jellified. So I've gone in and I have done my top coats where needed. I've then gone in with my matte top coat on just the pointer and halfway of the middle finger. I wish I'd done the pinky, but you know, hindsight is a bitch. So this still looked good, so gone in, done that, popped it in the light, doing the same on the other ones, putting top coat on, matte on, because what we're doing is we are doing a snake print effect with the top coat, so we've turned the top coat to jelly, so we do not need to put a top coat on after that. So, hope you guys are enjoying this. Something a little bit different. I did shiny, and I forgot that I was supposed to be doing matte on that one. Oopsie. So we're going back matte on those. I don't know about anyone else, but I just love matte. When there's a lot of freehand nail art, I like matte. I just think it shows up the freehand and the design so much better than glossy. And you can just see it a lot better in pictures as well. Obviously, when you've got a shiny top coat, the light can reflect from, obviously from the light, but when it's matte, you don't get that, so it doesn't always mess up your pictures. So I've picked up that jelly mix I've made. I'm putting that over the matte side. To be honest, don't know why I did that. What I'm doing is I've just got out some top coat, dotted that on where I wanted it to create the snake print effect. Well, it could be snake print, or actually it could be lizard. Yeah, any sort of reptile, it would look cool. So again, pop that on, and then I'm just dotting and picking up and dotting that top coat on, and that just disperses and that gives that effect. Wait, I love that. It's just, there's so many different ways you can use it, and it looks really cool. So now we are going back in a little bit more, but I'm just going to do like a quarter of like the side. Sorry, my visor keeps going in the way. I'm so glad I'm not wearing one of these visors anymore. They're a nightmare. Again, just picking up your top coat, dot, 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 dot. Sort of do a line of dots, and then in between each of them dots, or a little bit over, do another row. Again, doing the same there. Getting that on. So the reason that I do it glossy, I do it jelly-like, is I just prefer the look of it. else and mixing it with top coat, as I said. It just means that I don't need to top coat again. I'm going to do the same on the thumb and then I'll be back. Back. So we're going in back with the fine liner, and what I'm doing is I picked up some gel, I put my brush down so there's a little bit more pressure, so you have a bit of a thicker blob, and then wiggle my brush off as I'm lifting, and it gives you that like zebra effect print, which I love. So this sort of technique is really important to get the zebra print right. I'm sorry, I'm out of shot again. So annoying, I'm sorry. So we're going to put that in. So we're just doing it down the side of where we did the snake print. Or not leopard. Bloody leopard. And you're just doing the same. Put your brush down, put a bit of pressure on, and then as you're lifting off, do a little wiggle. Then add where you want. And then repeat. And just keep it going. Do some little doubles. Beautiful. I love this effect. So I learnt this on a course with Dream Nails. I'm sorry, I can never pronounce her name. I don't know if it's Eva. I think it's Eva. She's got some great masterclasses. So hands are in the lights. What we're going to do is I'm going to go back in with the dotting tool, I think. I'm sure I do this. Do I? Maybe I don't. Maybe I changed my mind. It looks like I changed my mind. Unless I remember in a moment and do it. So I must have forgotten about it. So I'm getting cleaned up. Everything's been done. I'm popping some cuticle oil on. So I just do a little bit around the edge. My client suffers with a little bit of eczema. Right around her cuticles. So that's another point why we don't like to get any product on the skin. So I'll give it a good swipe around the edges. Hydrate all that skin. And then we rub in. So I'm just going to move all that out the way. Make sure my desk is clean. And 1 second, I've forgotten. Rub that in. I like to rub it in right up the finger. That way we've not got any wet looking fingers. When you're doing oil, remember less is more. Make sure you get it rubbed really well in. And then there we go. Line your fingers up. My client's a bit of a nightmare. She looks away when I'm doing this because she always twitches her fingers, bless her. Oh, I had a little bit of a corner. Get that off. So that's what we're doing right now. Getting my lighting right. Getting the camera there so you can see what I'm doing. So I've got my IKEA lamp, which is amazing. The bulb is amazing too. It's from Amazon. It's a white light bulb. Or a daylight bulb, sorry. So we're getting that in position, taking some pictures. So I've got the Huawei P30. I think it's the P30 and not the P40. And what I do is when I go onto camera to take a picture, it comes up and says, I don't know, I can't remember. But anyway, I've got to go. Hope you enjoyed.